Hello, welcome to the Wild Adventures podcast. I am your host, Michael, as always. Today is Wednesday. I told you guys last Wednesday I was going to do a podcast, and just like the title, it's about Delphi. So let's just jump right into it. Delphi Midnight Edition. I need your guys' help. Anybody who watches this in the comments, anybody who has a great name for that, because I'm not really feeling that Delphi Midnight Edition, and I kind of want it to go and a really good name that's just really going to grab people's attention. The whole point about this is we are going to go to Delphi at nighttime, not 10 o'clock, not 11:30 at night. We're going to go at a time where people shouldn't be out there. And we're hoping that we're going to capture someone or something that is going to maybe help out with this whole Delphi thing. The chances of that happening or of catching something is probably zero, but I'm willing to do whatever it takes, man. 3 years and they got nothing. I mean, other than two different sketches of in my opinion, I would say older guy to a younger guy. I don't have all the details. I'm not a detective, but I've just anything I can do to just help. But that is my goal. We want to kind of respect, because obviously the trail has hours and stuff. But as a YouTuber, I do things, and the crew does things to try to get answers for our viewers, which is you guys, or subscribers, anybody who watches our show or channel. But I'm just gonna jump straight into it, just like I did last Wednesday. So, and anybody can comment. Anybody who has any opinions on how this take up, because I get different mixes of different people's opinions on our old Delphi video. A lot of them are like, "Oh, you guys said the wrong thing." Yeah, I am well aware of that, guys. Totally apologize, but we've already edited it. We're not gonna go in there and rewatch all of that and fixes it. I did, apologize several times. But, I've gotten reactions from people like, he had a knife, he had a gun, or he had nothing. We had people straight up say the girls were meeting some guy because, they were really doing stuff they shouldn't have been doing, and then this guy just took advantage of it. We get all kinds of, different mixes. But give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second, guys. Drink the milkshake. I'm going to leave the door open. Okay, I'll make some in a little bit. You're welcome. So, I have a special guest with me, and it's Liz. And I'm just gonna kind of ask her questions and, get her opinion. And like I said, anybody who's watching who decides to leave a comment, if people who are watching, which they're probably people I know, but if they're not people I know or somebody just randomly new, just take a quick time before you guys I'm just going to get off it because he's talking. If you don't know about the Delphi murders, hurry up, look them up, and just read about it. So, first things first, I know they called off the search. I know it's getting dark. Just out of personal experience, when somebody gets reported missing from the police because they're not at a certain spot where they're supposed to be at that time, straight up being blunt with you, the first thing that they're going to do is it's like almost like a waiting thing. Okay, just wait. They could just be hanging out with somebody and not calling in or checking in. A lot of kids do that, especially if they're teenagers. They're just getting in trouble. So in those hours leading up to them really like, whoa, this is sinking in. Where are they? Um, you're not really going to get a search out right away. I don't, like I said, I don't know what the family did. Whoever that designated driver was who dropped them off there, you know, I don't know how that worked. Did they get out? Did they walk the whole bridge? All I know is where the girls' bodies were found really was not that far from the actual bridge. I'm just thinking, even if it's late at night, if somebody would have went out there, maybe and just saw this guy or something with a light, man, because what are the chances of him walking at nighttime? I mean, and maybe the moon was out, maybe it's not, but like somebody would have to notice that. You know what I'm saying? Like, in my opinion, one of my children are missing. I don't care. The police, hell, I don't care. No matter who it is, if one of my kids are missing, you bet my ass I'm going to be out there looking all night, all day. I ain't sleeping until I find what's going on. That's my opinion. Why? Maybe they were out there at night. Maybe this guy knew the area so well that he's just like, you know what, I can see in the dark, so I'm just going to take these two girls. And did he really make them walk through that water? I've walked through that water. We actually have a video of us walking through that water. We tried to reenact exactly how those girls did it, but I shouldn't say exactly, because we weren't there that night, because if we were, it would be a whole nother different thing. There wouldn't be a murder. If anybody had the option to go back, they would. But we crossed that river. It was me and Jacob, and I had to hold on to him because the current about took him. And we went, man, it had to be a couple months ago, but it was still warm enough that we could. The water was still cold, but think about it. These girls did this in February. Yes, it was warmer that day, but it's still February. That water's freezing cold. I mean, think about it. So did he really make them walk through that water with himself? I mean, what I would do, but I'm not a woman. I'm not two girls that are scared. I don't know what this guy's holding. It could be a gun. It could be anything. But if he's making me walk through this water, I'm going to let that current just take me, man. I'm just going to go under that water, man. I would take the risk of hypothermia than letting this dude, tell me where to go. But in those moments, just like in anything that happens bad to somebody, you only have seconds. With this one, with him making him walk through the woods, you have, I guess, multiple chances. But what are you going to do when you're on a bridge? I was on that bridge. I would tell you what, if somebody was behind me telling me, you're going to walk down this bridge, you're going to do whatever I tell you to do, or I'm going to throw you off the bridge. Guess what? You fall off the bridge, you're dead, unless you got a miracle. So of course I would listen there. Now, once you get on land, who knows? I mean, you could split, I guess, but I wasn't there. I walked there. I seen the private road, but who knows? All I know is I got a lot of mix, from people. The girls did this; they were up to no good. To people that just wrong place at the wrong time. All I'm thinking is it was mid-afternoon or late afternoon when this guy did this. Daylight when he did this to these girls. So, I mean, because they got a capture on the phone. So somebody who's willing to do this at nighttime, or not nighttime. See, there I go again, messing up. Sorry about that. But somebody who's willing to do this towards dusk time, I mean, he's already up there. So. I peed. Well, let's go then. Come on. Hang on, people. Give me 1 second. I'll be back. The light's already on. No, I got to do my filming, okay? Okay, are you going to go watch Elsa?
Hello?
Perfect timing. All right, guys, that's my special guest, Liz. So I'm back. Sorry about that. Little girl had to use the bathroom. So Liz, I was just telling the viewers that we have watching, like my opinions on Delphi. She's hurry up and doing something, but I've walked there. I've walked the path, or I believe close to the path of where those bodies were found. I don't know, man. It just grabs me. Like, I know they called off the search, but one thing that I'm definitely going to say, when somebody somebody files like a missing person, I know, like I told you guys earlier, some teens just, I don't want to go home yet. I'm having a good time with my friends. So, but I think one thing we really need to do for people is they need to push. If somebody gets called for a missing person, or they're missing, hey, they were supposed to be here, but they're not, they need to take that more seriously right away. Even if, let's say they find that person, the person was just, oh, I was running late. I was sorry. I was hanging out with my friends. I would rather have that and deal with a lecture from like my parents or the police than them waiting for a couple hours and then searching for the girls. Because in moments like that, they're crucial. I'm telling you, man. Within those first few hours of missing, just think, what if their ride, and I could be wrong, completely wrong, but what if their ride is like, they're not here. I'm going to walk this trail. I'm going to see where they're at. Walks this trail, and, he could see the girls down the hill with that guy. You don't know. I mean, where their bodies were found, it wasn't far. And it wasn't far at all. I mean, when did he murder him? No idea. Are we ever going to know? Probably not, because, the cops they're not releasing a lot of information because they're kind of squeezing this guy. They want, usually killers, when they kill somebody, it just fuels them. It feeds them when people find out what they did. It's just one of those things in their brain that up here, they're just like, oh yeah, everybody knows. So they're really trying to squeeze this guy out. But like I said, he did this at, dusk, still kind of daylight out. Clearly this guy, I don't think really cares. Usually when murders and crap like that happen, a lot of times people like doing it at nighttime. You can't see anything. Maybe he did murder the girls at nighttime, but he captured them, kidnapped them at daylight. I mean, he did it in daylight. And I've been to that bridge. People are there almost, all the time. Some people were there. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. And I know there's people out there who have all kinds of opinions about this, but really it kind of boils down to, why did they call off the search? Who all actually listened to the police when they said, okay, we're going to call off this search. Let's just wait until tomorrow or when it gets daylight out. At nighttime, man, I'm telling you, especially at nighttime, I mean, what did he do? If it was daylight or dusk, what did he do with those girls that entire time? Did he murder them right away? Or, did other stuff happen? We don't need to go in details. Everybody can kind of put two and two together. Nobody knows what happened. But from where they were found, it's just kind of that one little, not little, but that giant area of. I mean, do you really think he's gonna make them walk way out here and walk them all the way back to murder them? Maybe, but the chance of that happening, nah, man. And so those crucial moments, I think, definitely made a difference. I feel like if they kept searching, they would have found some, or that driver. A lot of people when they look at that bridge are like, "Oh, I'm intimidated by it." No way, I'm not walking on that bridge. You're crazy. I don't want to die. My first time saying it, I told myself it's probably on camera.
Hi,
I'm walking on this bridge. Guess what?
my Brooklyn party.
I didn't walk on that bridge the first time. I told myself, I was like, yeah, I'm walking on it. I'm walking across. I had all this confidence. And then when I walked a little bit on that bridge, I was like, no way. That's why I went back and I actually did walk on it.
Check my papa.
You showing everybody? Yeah, show me your backpack.
My papa gets over everybody.
Yeah.
That's a Brooklyn
I got, look at this. I got a girl. We took her to Delphi. You should have seen the stink eye that we got. No disrespect. I get it. Not a friends, family in there. They're upset because this isn't solved. But we need more people there, and we need more people to go out more at nighttime and see, because that's the problem. Not enough people are out, and the bad people take advantage of that, just like you did with those girls. So, Liz, you're my special guest. I know you've been sitting here for a little bit now. So, I want your opinion on how do you think this went down?
Welcome back to
Kids, come on, it's scooting.
Mommy's right. Can I have a spoon?
I got you. So, Liz, I don't know if they can hear me, but what's your opinion on the whole Delphi thing?
Well, I really don't want to say the wrong thing and make a lot of people mad.
Do what?
I really don't want to say the wrong thing and make a lot of people mad.
Well, guess what? We filmed the video there of the first time, and I'm hanging Tristan off this bridge where these girls got murdered. Everybody's opinion matters. I believe it was a woman on my YouTube who commented and straight up just blasted the girls. I don't even know if the family even saw those messages. It's public. People can see it because we want all kinds of opinions on here. No disrespect, but she completely trashed the two girls and said, they were on drugs or they were up to no good, and they just, So, here you go. I can't right now, but I will in a couple minutes. So, all opinions aside, just you can even have a theory. It doesn't really matter. Like I said, there's people here all the time that.
Well, I don't know if you still have a comment from one of the women, but I kind of agree with her on maybe one of the girls was up to no good and they got involved in some pretty gnarly
Shitty stuff. What's really crazy is some families are like, oh, I know my kids so well. I know them so well. They won't do stuff like that. It is a possibility. At this moment in time, you got to put everything on the table. Everything. I mean, just because somebody's like, oh, they were great at school, or they were this, and this, and this. And I'm using this as an example. I'm not saying this was true, but nobody really knows who somebody really is, without, stuff going on. I mean, sorry, somebody's typing hello. But seriously, nobody really knows. You got to look at everything at the table. Did these girls actually supposed to meet up with this guy, and this guy, is a sick guy, and things turn south? I mean, you never know, and you're not going to know.
Maybe it was like an online dating thing.
That's
and they went to meet up with them, and the girl was scared, so she had her friend come along with her.
It's a possibility. That's actually a great proposal. Was it supposed to be an online dating thing? How young they were? I doubt it. My opinion. But I'm just saying, this whole thing is crazy, and it's like I said, it's been 3 years, and I heard the state police officer. He said it multiple times. We're one. What was it? One clue or one piece of crucial evidence away of capturing this person. One thing is I'm also a little confused about is the photos. What is going on with the photos here? I mean, the first photo, older man, in my opinion, looked like an older guy. He dressed like an older guy. And then they just swap with this whole new sketch of a younger guy, in my opinion, or he kind of looks younger. It's a sketch, but why did they come up with this sketch? Was it because they interviewed more people who might have been a witness? Did you get that chocolate? And go. Hang on, give me a second. I'm making a mess. Ow. Okay. Sorry, they're eating the brownie mix. So, shoot. Can't remember what the heck I was talking
I'm
about.
gonna change subject 1 second before I forget. Your mom messaged me. She said your brother Craig is coming over tomorrow at 4.
Oh, my brother Craig's coming over. Okay. So, sorry, guys. The 4 people who's watching, who's, like I said, people who know me, I'm sorry. But, guys, I really need comments here, man. I mean, my video is already 6K something. It's super high, but we need this. We need people to come together and help this out. I now I remember. So did the police actually get more video of somebody else who they might have captured on the phone? Because the audio that they released, that you could definitely tell they're snippets. Why would this girl only take photos or a video of this guy walking real short? No way. Clearly they were uncomfortable. They got the photos. I mean, so, and like I said, they're doing that squeezing method. They do not want people to know exactly what happened. See, look at that. I do that. I do believe that the case is probably already closed and the people. That is a huge, great possibility. I've seen, I don't know how many, I think it was like YouTube videos or something of people who were around that area believed that were arrested. And that's a good one. It really is. It's just so weird if you think about it. They're just so quiet on it. I mean, I don't know. It's nuts. I see you. I see you over there, boy. Can't hide from me in my corner. But yeah, that is a huge possibility. And all I know is maybe the family's being quiet about it. Maybe they did tell the family. But if that is, why wouldn't they tell the family? I mean, I know that right to this day, the family's still like, oh, they haven't found the guy, and this ain't a cold case. You know, they keep going on and on and on. So Delphi, I usually do 30-minute videos. I got about 5 minutes left. What?
I was gonna say, my mom brought up a theory like a few weeks ago and said maybe they haven't found the guy because they think it possibly might be the judge covering up his tracks. I don't know. If that
And I
was
did say
true.
everything off the table. See, that's a good one. So, what, bub? Yeah. Yeah, I watched him. Oh, Lord. So, back on Delphi. Sorry, I'm wasting all my minutes here. Somewhere higher up. But there's like cases like this all over. No, I mean, not specifically with like the 2 girls getting murdered and stuff, but yeah, somebody who knows how to cover their tracks. Could it be somebody who really knows the town? Maybe it is just a huge giant cover up because maybe the girls knew something crazy. But guess what? Everything's on the table right now. Everything. You got to think of every little thing because they're being really, 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 really hush about this. And they're just doing that little, like I said, that squeezing method. But anyways, I have possibly, I think, 2 more trips to Delphi. Delphi Part 2, which is going to be, I got to get certain equipment for that. That one's tough. It's been in the works for so long, but you know, we want everything to be perfect because we actually might find something that could be, very crucial. We're doing something that is going to be really fun, but it's also, we believe, hopefully going to find something. See, check that out. See this person? Yeah, see, talking about setup. See, there we go. I mean, this is what we're trying to talk about. Trying to get the other people that especially from that area, who are like, you know what? I know those girls pretty well. I know some people that weren't so nice to them, and you never know. But I like that. I really do like that. But Part 2, that one I can't tell you when, and then the Delphi at dark, which as a YouTuber, I think I said this earlier, but there's a lot of places that we're not supposed to go that we do go. There is no ifs, no whats, no buts about it. Anybody from YouTube goes, oh, I don't break into places when I film abandoned. They're full of shit straight off the bat. All right, especially in Indiana. Indiana, there's no trespassing almost anywhere you go. They got the trees painted purple, but they got the signs that, oh, I'm going to shoot you. And half the time they're not even playing around. When I went to Dogface Bridge a long time ago, we actually heard farmers shooting, and we didn't even go to the bridge. Finally, we went to the bridge just recently. I don't know, maybe a month ago or so. But I think that the Delphi in the dark, are we going to find something? I'm hoping that we do see somebody snooping around, at freaking 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning around where these girls were possibly found, or just in that, area. Could it just be somebody just walking in the woods? Yeah, but I mean, anybody who lives in that area knows about those girls, where they walk to all the time, and they were murdered not too far away. So why would somebody be walking that late at night? Who knows? Why is a YouTuber like me going there late at night? because I love the adrenaline rush, and I hope I find something. Trust me, I've been to places where I've sat there for hours and got nothing. But it's a passion that I like doing, and I don't know, I just got that feeling. I just got that good feeling that hopefully we catch something, and maybe we'll get some local people who are willing to maybe meet up with us, show us around. But I'm just gonna tell you right now, I probably won't trust you. Okay, just straight up, I'm not gonna trust somebody from Delphi, because you guys, murder teenagers. I'm just playing. But so I know Delphi Part 2. Where I told you guys before, we're doing it. We need the proper equipment to do it. And Delphi Dark. I'd rather do that sooner than later. There's no Pacific. I just need to get good cameras so we can actually see at night. I don't want to be able to go to Delphi pitch dark and just have a pitch dark camera, because when you go somewhere at night and you're hoping you see somebody snooping, you got to be zips. You got to be quiet. You can't be loud, but you need to also be able to see. What's the whole point of going somewhere? Yes, I have been there before. I've been there several times. The very first video that we have, the Delphi murders, that was the very first time we went. Here's the thing about that. I'm going to kind of give you a quick backstory. We knew about the Delphi. I remember when the Delphi murders first happened on TV. I remember the whole thing. I live in Costiasso County, but I remember the whole thing. And I remember the footage on the news when they sent it. I remember the whole thing. And I was like, man, let's go there. But we really, at that point in time, didn't really get into the YouTube recording videos. I was doing PlayStation Live shows, just ridiculous stuff. And then I was like, you know what? I really want to get into abandoned stuff. It's just, you just get that adrenaline rush. You get that scared, but adrenaline rush. But yes, I've been there before. I've probably been there. Well, man, I can't tell you how many times I've been there. I've been there too many times to count. Some of it was filming. Some of it we just walked the trails. But the last time we were there, we actually walked completely across the bridge onto the private road, down the hill. We even, like I told you guys, we literally went through the river. We literally walked right through it, got soaked, and we believe we were in the general area where their bodies were found. But, I can't, actually tell you where's that there. Okay. Yes, the gate there. They were supposed to, if I read it right, I believe they were supposed to work on the bridge or do something. I believe eventually they were possibly going to make it to where people could go across, but I don't see how. Only because once you get across, it's private property. It's like no trespassing. This is our land. Yada yada, whatever. But yeah, man, I know exactly what you're talking about. Because we actually went past the middle gate. So are they buried at that cemetery? Are you talking about that cemetery that's like right by the whole little area, the bridge? You actually talking about that graveyard? Are they buried in the graveyard, or are you talking about like the little memorial that they have for them? Let me see. Huh? No, I don't think so. Maybe. Well, no. He said hi. He said hi, brother.
I'm just kidding.
Okay. But when we do film these videos, like people, I've had comments. People are like, you're doing it just for the subscribers. Um, And sorry, I'm reading his comments as I'm talking. Would I like subscribers? Oh yeah, definitely. But I'm doing this for these girls. Okay, I'm huge into like the murder stuff, and 3 years for me, God, man, that's too long. It's he, just like in the comments. He said it's you just feel nothing but um cemetery death. No,
Mhm.
and I'll look into that the cemetery. But what like he said, the sadness. You do feel sadness when you first go to like Delphi. You see the trail, the walkway. You're like, man, this is nice. But when you actually start walking right where the gate is, really, because they have a little memorial, for the girls in the pictures, you do feel it. And when you look, actually, are one of my thumbnails. Every time I look at my thumbnail from our first Delphi video that we posted, I get the chills only because instantly in your head, most people go to Delphi who know about the murders, which a lot of people, dude. I'm gonna say almost everybody knows about these murders, but instantly that comes in your head. Instantly, when we walked across the bridge, when I'm thinking, I'm thinking, oh, I don't want to fall because I'm gonna die, but in your head, you're like, man, these girls were forced to walk on this bridge. At first, they had the photos. We're having fun walking on this bridge, but they were forced across this bridge. And then when we finally got off the bridge, just the relief of getting off the bridge, like, oh yeah, man, I made it. But then when you start going down the hill, and you're like, wow, did this guy really make them walk through the water? I walked through the river. Me and Jacob, kid you not, we actually have it on footage on one of our videos, which is not released yet, but you guys will eventually see that. But I was just like, dude, look, we're here. Let's live, because they believe they were, forced to walk across the river. So we're like, let's go. Let's do what they went through if they had to. But see, where we got down at, we actually had to like kind of walk down the river to like certain spots where the rocks are so showing because certain spots are like super deep. Like I was like, really? He made him walk through this? So there's different parts that we actually took to actually make it across. But if you're pretty light like Jacob's a scrawny guy, I kid you not, he literally about got taken away. I had to grab him because he was getting ready to get taken away by the water. So, and then when we walked, we believed in the area where the girls were. When you just sit there and just quiet, and you sit there and be like, this is where they were found. You know, this is where I'm assuming since they were found there, they were murdered there, but I don't know. But, it just really, really hits you. You get emotional. I kid you not. No, I haven't. Open secrets. No, I have not. Um, now we didn't walk through the river back or walked across the bridge. We actually just went around. We just went up the hill and then kind of out. When you first go to the bridge, um, where the memorial was originally at before the construction workers and the people moved him, um, that takes you out there. I mean, I don't know, man. All I'm saying is, I'm just like everybody else. Enough's enough, man. Let's get down to solving this thing. And like Stephen already said, maybe it is solved, and they're just keeping it on the down low. But I am here to tell you guys, I am going back to Delphi. I love the town Delphi. I tell you what, though, there's this old lady who creeps me out at the Dairy Queen when we first went. Told us, she goes, "I know why you guys are here." I just kid you not, just true story. I don't even know if she works at Dairy Queen anymore. But when I got in her car, I was like, that did not just happen. No way, you know. But I do like your guys' little town of Delphi. I wish they had a little more food and fast food options. Honestly, just saying. Um, but oh, and I like your Dollar General too. A lot cleaner than the ones that I'm used to. Very clean, organized. Anyways, I'm getting off topic here, and I'm supposed to end this video. I'm going on 40 minutes. Woo! Good Lord. But everybody. Oh wait. Yeah, he could be watching. Actually, that's one thing I was going to bring up. I really wanted to bring that up here. My mom, aka my mother-in-law, her name's Sarah Abbott. She told me he could be watching. If the police and stuff are squeezing all this information, how do you think this guy is really getting? I call it the turned on by everybody wondering how he did it. YouTube. You know why? Because it's famous. Everybody is talking about Delphi or has talked about Delphi. People have came up with crazy ideas. You don't think this guy's sitting here like, I'm going to watch it. Compared to the first guy to the second guy, let's say it's a younger guy who went to school with him. He could be sitting back right now and just freaking going nuts. Yeah, see? I believe we were on his property. Like I said, I don't know if you're from there. No disrespect to them guys. If we did trespass, I believe I said on the video, we didn't mean anything by it. We're just here to tribute for the girls. But I believe we were on his property. But man, could you imagine that guy? Which I'm not ruling him out as a suspect. I think everybody around that area, at least around where those bodies were found, I'm watching like a hawk, man. Only because I don't know. I can't tell you why. Not because I know why. It's just because I don't know. Just something around there. Like I read. I think it was a video or a comment that a woman said who she lives. I think she lived on the private road or somewhere by there, and she said her son's in that area every day. Every day. I don't know how old her son is, but like in my head, when I first heard it, I was like, wait a minute. 2 young girls got murdered, and you're saying your son watching is there every day? Okay, so you live about an hour away. We live about, an hour, 25 minutes away from there. But like when I read that, I was like, what? You telling me? Because I believe she said something about, I wish my son stayed a little bit longer. And he could have seen those girls. Like in my head, I was like, man, that's weird. That's weird. This guy's here. This guy's here every day, and this location's known for these girls to hang out all the time. I mean, I'm thinking, what? What's going on here? But like I said, I don't know how old the son is. I'm not. It's just a weird thing. Why would somebody go to the woods every day around that time? Who knows? All I know is it's weird. But even if he did, like I was saying, even if he was oh yeah, I'm not gonna let this go. I am not letting this go at all. You can't. When we first heard about Delphi, I don't know. When it first came out with these girls missing, you're like, no way. No, it's drawn me ever since it first came out, and we never went right away. It was I don't know. I had to be a couple of years, and then finally we started getting more into it. You know what? Let's start driving. Let's start driving out and finding abandoned stuff or stuff that's different. And Tristan, my video editing guy, me and him are real close. He calls me. He goes, man, I want to do an adventure, Michael. I said, he goes, what do you got? And I'll tell you what, it's literally some of my best adventures come in my head like this, and we go like this. It's just like one of those things like, wait, what? No, he called me. I said, dude, Delphi, we wanted to go. We're going tomorrow. He goes, what? Okay, let's go to Delphi. Guess what? We went to Delphi. It turned out to be our biggest video and one of our, even though we made mistakes in there, one of our best videos, a very powerful video. In the end, this guy needs to be captured, or people. I don't know how many people there is, but it needs to be captured because it's just never gonna feel right until we get some answers, and a guy behind bars who they can for sure say he's the killer. But
You should have the death penalty.
yeah, in the state of Indiana, they do the death penalty. Maybe this guy deserves it because I do know on one of the videos, and I think I've said this 100 times, but the state police officer said gruesome. I believe he said gruesome. So how they found these girls wasn't pleasant at all. So I mean, just because big words like how he left this gruesome murder, I don't think it was gruesome. It was just one of those words where you're like, oh yeah, hey, something bad happened to these girls. That's awesome, man. We were supposed to go. I believe we were Saturday. We were supposed to go Saturday. See, I don't work Monday, but I don't know, man. I mean, me thinking about every time I'm like, oh, I'm going to Delphi, I get a fire. People, and you probably feel the same thing. You get a fire that's just lit. You just get that adrenaline. You get that energy. Like, oh, let's go. But other than that, everybody who's watching, the 5 people who's watching, which a lot of them I might know, thank you. Anybody who is new, this is Wide Adventures Michael. If you look up Michael Kevin on YouTube, if you guys want, please like and subscribe. Turn on notifications so you guys can get the first in the videos. You don't have to. I also do tell you, Facebook, a lot of adventures that I do, not just abandoned. I went to a haunted hospital just recently, and Facebook Live almost the whole thing. But it's Michael Kavanagh. But anybody who does want to add me on Facebook, who is because you guys like want to do abandoned and stuff, just send me a message before then and say, hey, I'm just a fan. I just would love to watch your stuff. Oh yeah, Gilbert.
Yeah,
No, damn, not Gilbert.
Hi, everybody.
There you go.
Bye.
Hey, can you throw that away for me?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. But anybody, this is my cabinet, to send me a message. Hey, saw you on YouTube. I want to be your friend because I want to watch you do live Facebook video because I do that too, just so people can see exactly, besides a couple seconds, exactly what the heck I'm doing. Thank you, and you be safe too. Enjoy whatever, if it's abandoned or whatever you do. Maybe you don't do YouTube. Maybe you just, like, traveling to different places. Best luck to you, man. Thank you for talking to me. And everybody else who is watching, thank you again. And I will see you guys. Actually, you know what? I don't think I have an adventure planned. I got adventures planned, but we don't have date. We don't have dates set for them. Exact dates only because we got to. There's some things I would like to like better equipment. I would like to get the front end of my car fixed, thanks to Randonautica. That's true too, by the way. That's not fake. We were actually randonauticing when a car was in our lane and I had to swerve off into a ditch or we would have got head-on collision. I'm starting to think in my head though, it was probably the best decision for me was to hit that ditch, but in my head I'm thinking I should have hit that guy. I should have hit that guy. Anyways, anybody, Tanya, again, thanks for watching. I am super past my time to end this. I always say I'm going to do a 30-minute video. It never turns out that way, but I had a lot of people talking. Thank you for watching. Deuces.